Eric sat at his desk, staring blankly at the paperwork in front of him. The normally bustling office felt stifling today. His best friend John entered, immediately sensing the heavy atmosphere. "Hey bro, what's up?" "John, I don't know what to do. I've lost Anna." John's smile faded. "What do you mean you lost Anna?" Eric sighed deeply, running a hand through his hair. "Mother chased her away." "What happened?" John asked, concerned. "She drives away every woman I get close to, ensuring none can stay." John shook his head, trying to understand. "But everyone knows Ellen is your fiancée." "Yeah, but I don't love her. She's like a sister to me. We grew up together and were friends when we were kids. Our families decided to make me the price for a debt years ago," Eric replied, his voice heavy with frustration. "You can't be serious, Eric," John said, disbelief in his eyes. "I'm just a pawn in my mother's game," Eric confessed, bitterness creeping into his tone. "What do you mean, Eric?" John asked, his voice softening. Eric leaned back in his chair, eyes distant as memories flooded back. "It all started when we were kids. Years ago, in the peaceful village where Eric and Ellen grew up, they were inseparable. They would often play in the fields, imagining grand adventures. One of their favorite games was pretending to be knights. In the lush and prosperous kingdom of Aldoria, there lived a nobleman named Lord Richard. His estate was vast, his lands fertile, and his family well respected. He lived with his wife, Lady Margaret, and their young son, Eric, who dreamed of becoming a knight. However, Lord Richard's ambition led him to make several risky investments. At first, they promised great returns, but soon, unforeseen circumstances turned his fortunes. His ventures failed, and debts began to mount. The once thriving estate started to crumble. Creditors threatened to seize their lands, and the Richard family faced the bleak prospect of ruin. Amidst this turmoil, Lord Roderick, a shrewd yet kind-hearted businessman, visited the Richard estate. "Richard," he said, "I see your plight. I can offer you a substantial loan to save your lands, but on one condition: a marriage alliance between our families. When your son comes of age, he will marry my daughter, Ellen. This will secure the bond between our families and ensure the debt is repaid." Desperate to save his family, Lord Richard agreed. He signed the contract, sealing Eric's fate without his knowledge. With the loan from Lord Roderick, the Richard family began to rebuild. The estate was restored to its former glory, and the family's honor was salvaged. As the years passed, Eric grew into a handsome and capable young man, unaware of the promise made for his future. Years later, as Lord Richard lay on his deathbed, he called Eric to his side. "Eric," he began, his voice frail, "there is something I must tell you. When you were a child, I made an agreement with Lord Roderick. He saved our family from ruin, but in return, I promised him that you would marry his daughter, Ellen, when you came of age. This marriage is not just a union of two individuals, but a bond that will secure our family's future and honor my debt." Eric, overwhelmed by the revelation, felt the weight of his father's decisions pressing upon him. "I know this is a heavy burden," Lord Richard continued, "but your mother's future, our family's honor, and my legacy depend on you fulfilling this promise." With those final words, Lord Richard passed away, leaving Eric to grapple with his newfound responsibility. Eric stood by his father's grave, the weight of his family's future on his shoulders. Determined to honor his father's promise and secure his family's legacy, he resolved to meet Ellen, the woman he was destined to marry. I spent the next 2 years trying to fulfill my duties, getting to know Ellen better and managing our estate. But despite all my efforts, my heart yearned for something more, something real. John listened intently, understanding the gravity of Eric's situation. "So what happened next?" he asked. Eric took a deep breath. "Then one day, while riding through the forest, a wolf attacked me. I thought it was the end, but then Anna appeared. She saved me and took me to her cottage, where she healed my wound with herbs. That's how I met her, and everything changed from that moment." John shook his head, thinking for a moment. "Eric, you're getting married soon. It's time for you to close this page with Anna or to open a new one. It's your choice, your decision. Make it quick, but be sure you make it right." Eric nodded, realizing John was right. "Thank you, John." Eric called Anna repeatedly, but she didn't pick up. Desperate, he made his way to her cottage, knocking on the door with a sense of urgency. "Anna, please open the door," he pleaded, his voice trembling. "Anna, I know you don't want to talk to me, but for the last 10 months, you were my best friend, and I don't want to let you go now. I am not ready." He leaned against the door, feeling the cold wood beneath his forehead. "Let me send you a letter every day so we can stay connected. Please, just give me that. I need to know you're still there, that you haven't given up on us." Inside, Anna sat on her bed, tears streaming down her face as she listened to Eric's desperate pleas. Her heart ached, torn between the love she felt for him and the harsh reality of their situation. "Anna," Eric continued, his voice softening, "I know this isn't fair to you, but you've become such an important part of my life. I can't imagine my days without you. I need to know you're still with me in some way." "Eric, it hurts too much to see you. Every time I do, I'm reminded of what we can't have." "Then let me write to you," Eric insisted. "Let me share my thoughts, my dreams, my fears. Maybe it's not much, but it's something. It's a way to keep you close, even if we're apart." Anna hesitated. "All right, Eric, you can write to me, but don't expect too much. This situation is far from easy for either of us." Eric felt a glimmer of hope. "Thank you, Anna. I promise I won't let you down. I'll write every day." He left her cottage with a heavy heart, but also with a sense of purpose. The letters he would write would be his way of holding on to their bond, no matter the challenges ahead. In the days that followed, Eric poured his heart into his letters. Each day, he wrote to Anna, sharing his innermost thoughts and feelings. "Anna, we won the contract. Your ideas stole the show. The investors loved them. You're a game changer. I think I need to make you a permanent part of the team. Let's celebrate with this champagne. John told me a joke today that was so funny, I laughed until my sides hurt. I made your favorite soup today. It reminded me of the times we cooked together. Anna, I don't feel good today. I stayed home to rest. Anna, I saw the first blooms of spring today. It reminded me of your love for flowers." Anna read each letter with a mix of emotions. She felt the depth of Eric's love and the pain of their separation. The letters became a testament to his struggle, a way to keep his promise to her, even as the world around them threatened to tear them apart.